Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be cooking up some giardiniera. Actually, I'm going to be canning up some giardiniera. This is a really nice complement to your side dishes for dinner, if you like. Or you could top it over a salad, or you could just take it out and just fill up a small dish and have it as a nice little snack. It's a great appetizer too. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be making up. I'm running low on some jars, so I went to the store so I can get some more fixings to make it. I have my jars inside the canner and they're heating up and sterilizing. And I have my ingredients. I like to add some Pepperoncini Peppers to my giardiniera. I like to add dill to my giardiniera. I have some small baby bell peppers I'm going to put in there. I have some carrots I'm going to put in there. I have some celery I'm going to put in there. And I have cauliflower. Now, one of the first things that you want to do is you want to cut your veggies up, and then you want to put them in a bowl like this. I might make a couple batches unless I can find another bowl. But anyway, and then you salt them for about an hour. You salt them for just about an hour, and that helps tenderize them a little bit. And then you fill your jars up, and then you come out with a finished product. So after about an hour, I'm going to take the veggies out, rinse them through a colander, and then I'm going to start loading them in my jars. And then I'm going to water bath can them. They're pint jars, so I'm going to go about 10 minutes after they've been filled up. You can leave a little bit of kosher salt and some sugar, and it's a pretty easy recipe. And like I said, it's really good. I like it cold. I like to take it out of the refrigerator cold and put it in a little bowl and snack on it. It's just wonderful. Anyway, let's get started, and I'm going to show you how I do it. My veggies cut up, and I've got some pretty large pieces of cauliflower in here, so I like little bigger pieces. Alright, so what you're going to do, I'm going to take some canning salt, kosher canning salt, and I'm just going to salt over the veggies, a couple tablespoons. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and top them with water. I'm going to use filtered water because the water here, they just treated it, and it just tastes bad. Even with my water filter on my faucet, it just tastes like chlorine, so I don't want my veggies to taste like chlorine. So I'm just going to add some filtered water over it, and one more jar. There we go. I just let this sit. I'll give it a little bit of a stir to kind of mix these veggies up a little bit. Lost one. Okay, I'm going to let these soak for just about an hour. And then I'm going to drain them, and I'm going to start filling up my jars. Okay, so it's been about an hour, and I'm going to drain my veggies here and rinse them, and then I'm going to start to make my brine. Stainless steel pot. Turn my water back on to get that nice and hot, and we're going to start making our giardiniera. For your brine, I have 10 jars. So for my brine, I'm going to probably need I'm going to go 6 cups vinegar. Better to have more than not enough. And 6 cups water. Filtered water. Just remember, when you make your brine, it's usually a 1-to-1. 1 part water, 1 part vinegar. Okay? Now I'm going to add in my canning salt. Just out of the way. I'm going to add about 2 huge tablespoons of canning salt. I have sugar here. 1, 2, 3. Now, that was 3 tablespoons. What I like to do, and I would suggest that you guys like to do this too, or at least try to like to do this, is once the sugar and the salt gets mixed up in your vinegar and water mixture, I like to taste the brine. I know that sounds crazy, but I kind of like to taste the brine before I put it into my jars. Because that way I have an idea of what the outcome's going to be. If it's going to be too vinegary, it's going to be too watery. You know, so you have an idea of what the product's going to turn out to be if you taste the brine before you put it into your jars. Because once you get it in there, you can't get it out of there. So get in the habit of at least tasting the brine a little bit and get an idea of what it's going to taste like. You might need to add a little bit more salt. You might need to add a little bit more sugar. You might need to add a little bit more water or just a little bit more vinegar. All per your desired taste. So we're going to bring this to a little bit of a boil. I'm going to give it a taste, and I will bring you back. I added about 3 more tablespoons of sugar. I liked it a little bit better sweet. Now, I'm going to add some sprigs of dill to my jars. I like dill. Dill's a really good condiment. It's good for you. It's really healthy for you. And anytime you get a chance to use it, I would suggest you do so. Okay, I'm adding in my pepperoncini peppers. I'm just taking a little bit out of the jar and draining them. Putting a little bit in each jar. Gives a nice flavor. A little bit more on that one. Well, that one's empty. All right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of minced garlic to the bottom of my jars. A little bit in each jar. Just enough. I added the 10th jar, and hopefully it'll fit in my can, or if it doesn't, well, I'll put it on top. It should still be alright because there's enough heat in there. I'm not really worried about it. So I'll do what I can do. Now I'm going to start filling up my jars. I actually have to make more brine too, looks like. Anyway. Whew. Let me bring you back for this step. I'm going to get these filled up. I'll bring you back and you'll see what it looks like. Jars filled. I wiped the rims and now I'm going to put the lids on. I have my lids and bands on. I've screwed them down finger tight. Just got another minute or so. Bring this back up to a boil. I'm going to put these in there and I'm going to water bath can them for 10 minutes. Once the water comes to a boil, I'm going to go 10 minutes for my altitude. Alright? Alrighty. Well, they're done. Let's take this. That steam. I was able to squeeze that 10th jar in there, by the way. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Anyway. Whew. Will you look at that? Doesn't that look good? Fresh canned home Giardiniera. Whew. There we go. That's going to be so good. I love this stuff. It really makes a nice complement to any meal that you might have. You have, like I said, have it on the side. I like to, again, I like to put it in the refrigerator and get it nice and cold and chilled. And heck, at night, I want a nice healthy snack. I'll just put it in a small bowl and just start snacking on it. It's really good. I found that the ones at the store are pretty salty, and I don't really like a lot of salt. Could have used a little bit more color in there, but I like the cauliflower in there. Alrighty. There we go. I managed to squeeze out of my small canner 10 pints. 10 pints of Giardiniera. So this is going to be good on my shelf for a couple years. It's not going to last that long, trust me, but it's going to be good on my shelf for a couple years if I don't happen to get to it, which I'm sure I will. Okay, guys, that is it for me today. Ah, see, it's sealing already. Be safe, be well, and be kind. And we'll see you later. All right. Bye-bye.